traditional hairstyle. People who aren't from there shouldn't be wearing it. It's not your culture, don't wear it.
Context is everything.
It's a right, it's something that's earned, you know.
Non-Africans wearing dreadlocks. When it comes to cultural appropriation, it is a hot topic because it does affect the way that people believe their cultures are being represented in society. The way that people celebrate themselves is part of their identity, and when people feel as if they're being mocked, it does blur the lines on whether people are appropriating a culture or whether they're being appreciated. We want to know what the tipping point is from when cultural appreciation becomes cultural appropriation, and how it turns into adoring a culture to mocking a culture. Today we're talking about cultural appropriation and appreciation and defining what it means. What does it mean to you?
Cultural appropriation. It can mean using cultural means without respect to the origins of the idea or the picture or the concept. Or it can also, depending on how it's used, can be respectful and a way to absorb.
How would you define cultural appropriation?
Profiting off of someone else's culture and using it for your own gain, and not acknowledging that someone else has history with it. When someone from a culture that's not theirs wears other cultures, like traditional clothing, without recognizing where it's from.
I mean, we've always offended people by dressing up. I mean, you just look at Prince Harry. I mean, there's numerous occasions people like him who've decided it's totally appropriate to dress as Adolf Hitler and go to a party like that. We're all shocked by that. But would you be shocked by me if you happened to meet me on the street and I had braids in my hair, what you're wearing?
So I've got some photographs here, and I'm basically going to ask you whether they're cultural appropriation or appreciation, and then you can give like a bit of an answer on why you believe so. Mm-hmm. So non-Africans wearing dreadlocks.
Appropriation.
Not a good look. Not a good look.
Okay. So my point of view is, if other people do this, if they have the nice intention, I think that's okay. But then if they're just doing for the trend or fashion, and that's not really okay.
Yeah. For people that don't have like that specific hair type, it can make your hair fall out. So honestly, it's kind of just a big risk.
Well, I think it's okay, like everyone can do whatever they want to do, you know what I mean? So it's not about copying a culture. Sometimes you can maybe just like being a way of supporting a culture.
Non-Africans wearing dreadlocks, appreciation or appropriation?
Jesus. Well, I think they're appreciating something they have. They've obviously got their own style. I mean, they haven't in this picture that you're showing me. These guys are in blonde hair. So maybe if they'd done the sort of black thing, might have been a little bit more there, but it's just a take on fashion.
Non-Africans wearing dreadlocks.
I think appropriation.
And why do you think that?
I see it a lot as well, like going to back to the Philippines and stuff, like going to like tropical areas and Caucasians or non-Africans just getting their hair braided and stuff like that. I don't know.
Non-South Asians wearing Bindis.
Yeah, not a good look either. Some of it looks good, but it's very rare.
Would you say it's appropriation or appreciation?
Mostly appropriation.
You can do whatever you want, like as long as you're like respectful of the culture.
Non-South Asians wearing Bindis, appropriation or appreciation?
What is a bindi? The thing that mark in your forehead. Listen, it depends who you're with really at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. Appropriation.
I don't think she knows the culture, behind why the people wear bindis. I think she's just waiting for the fashion, right?
Yeah, for the trend only.
I think so, right? It looks like that.
Non-Africans wearing cornrows.
No. Appropriation.
Look, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Kim Kardashian because that's her picture, but I do like it on her.
It does kind of it looks decent. She's at like a red carpet. She's got her makeup done, so she's really like got the glam on.
But you know what I think? I think it's energy. So she wins for me.
Okay.
Appreciation.
I like
for
that
sure.
answer. It's different. Okay, would that be appropriation or appreciation?
It could be appreciation.
I think there's a lot better ways to appreciate a culture than to pretend to wear your hair like them.
Cornrows. Oh my gosh. Well,
We got Kim Kardashian here.
yeah. This is funny, but actually, it's also like a new trend, or maybe they are
It
like.
is. There's the boxer braids as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that could be offensive because you can just change your hair, you know.
Non-South Asians wearing henna tattoos.
I mean, I guess it depends if they like get it done like by people from that culture.
I mean, a lot of the time, if you're going to a wedding of someone who is South Asian and they're having a traditional wedding, sometimes you can get your henna done. So I guess if it was in the correct
In the correct,
setting,
yes,
but if you're just like, oh my god, it'd be kind of quirky to get this done, and you're copying
And I
someone's
think
culture.
like if you get it done by somebody from that culture, I don't think that would.
So it depends on the context
Yeah.
and whether it's being celebrated and appreciated.
Exactly. Yeah,
Do you use henna in your own cultures?
We do it.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
And so how does it feel when you see people that aren't from your culture?
I don't feel anything really.
You don't feel anything?
Like I feel okay, yeah, they're doing it, okay.
Again, it's kind of art and stuff like that. You know, I think you just check with your Southeast Asian friends.
Me personally, I won't get henna tattoos because I don't really, like I said, it's not part of my culture. I don't really know much about it to really appreciate what all these patterns mean.
It's a bit like the dreadlocks. It's a kind of holiday thing I think people do.
Like a vacation look to you?
Yeah.
Again, like I say, it's energy. So some people wear it and you know they appreciate the culture, whereas some is just like wrong, you know?
This one is people with tribal tattoos that are not from these tribes.
Well, inappropriate. Yeah.
People with tribal tattoos that are not from those tribes.
No, that's that. I mean, I'm not going to be like everyone to their own at the end of the day, but I'd feel uncomfortable personally for me doing that, and I would think that's not okay.
They served a purpose of making leadership something earned and rewarded.
Oh, I really don't like this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's.
Because I think this kind of tattoos, they have their own meanings and symbols,
Yes.
right? The someone people, right?
And if they have a story behind it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
behind the
ancestor and
tattoos,
everything.
yeah.
So it's, I think it's
No,
the,
yeah, it's appropriation. yeah.
appropriation.
This is definitely
Okay.
I mean, I've always had like a bit of a, we call it like an ick, I guess
An
you
ick?
can call it. Like if I see if I see white people with like Chinese characters or like Cantonese, or I don't know, just kanji down their necks and stuff. I can't mess with that.
The next is non-Indigenous people copying and selling fake Aboriginal art.
I hate that. Like, it not only have the Aboriginal people been colonized and had their entire culture ripped away from them, what they do have left has been sold for profit with nothing adding to them.
That is not okay. I don't like when there is like fake things or copy like the culture and to sell it again to make money. No thanks.
Appropriation, that's not good unless they're giving back to the community, but nah.
Obviously, they make this to make money instead of appreciate
yeah.
what the culture all about.
Wearing Native American headdresses as a fashion statement.
Appropriation.
That's not the everyday dress. That's ceremonial stuff, and I think that's inappropriate.
So if you
Little bit more.
see someone like at a festival or like a beach party wearing that, it's a no-go.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be offended. I just kind of think, well, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
Wearing Native American headdresses as a
Appropriation,
costume.
wrong.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
That would be appropriation, I guess.
And the last one is non-Middle Easterners wearing the Keffiyeh for style and fashion.
Well, they are made and sold as fashion items.
So you see it more as like appreciation for this one?
Yeah, I guess.
That can be critical, like for a big brand like Louis Vuitton. It's either you like it, either not. Either you're poor or either you're against.
Appropriation?
I think it's appropriation because it's for style.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it looks. It's a scarf kind of. Yeah, it's a
it
style.
looks like a style, right?
Yeah.
And it's appropriation.
And the last one is non-Middle Easterners wearing the Keffiyeh for fashion.
No, appropriation.
Why would I get offended? Because, if they make fun of my culture, that means there's something wrong with them, obviously, because they're trying to make you feel
Different mindset.
superior, like they want to mock you, put you down.
Thank you so much. That was all the flashcards. You provided really awesome answers.
Thank you.
And that's all of them. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Nice meeting you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Look after yourself.
Thank you so much for doing the interview.
Thank you so much.